Swamp Ranger, you want to throw yours up real quick? Thank you so much. Says, we should trade Garrett Wilson since he'll want out. 19-32 record and leads the league in fumbles lost for a wide receiver since 2022. We don't stat pad here. I don't want Rodgers. Just proving the 5-win argument. People are dumb. I don't know if I understood the last bit of that, but I don't want to trade Garrett Wilson. Do we think Garrett Wilson is going to ask for a trade? I feel like now that Rodgers is gone and Glenn is kind of taking control, it might depend on how they try to address quarterback, or it might just come down to the contract. Now that we're going to have a bunch of money, you can put money into the future and push stuff down the line. Then at that point, I guess. Bean, I'll throw it to you first. I guess any sort of feeling on what happens with Garrett?
Dude, I wish I had 22 Garrett Wilsons for the offense. I don't know why we would want to push a guy like this out of here. He's unhappy because he's not a loser. You know what I mean? He doesn't like it. It's unacceptable to him. He never takes a play off. He plays 100%, on every single play. I just don't know why you would want to get rid of guys like that. Like, even like, let's say you trade him, you get a first and a whatever, like your first round pick, guys, let's not forget, it is a recent deal that our first round picks hit. Like we didn't give our first round pick a second contract for like almost like it was like 8 or 9 years, something like that.
It's like Muhammad Wilkerson to Quinnen, right? Like that was the difference.
Yeah. So it's like, you can't forget that stuff. Like, Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner weren't even the first wide receiver and cornerback taken in that draft. So like people can miss on things, like the guy that you get, look at Zach at number 2. He's the 3rd string quarterback in Denver this whole year, so you just, you have a stud. He's had 9 quarterbacks in 3 seasons, and he's the first Jets wide receiver to have 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons to start his career. Like, dude, there's a lot there. You want to keep this guy. You want him to be happy. You just like you said, like Aaron Rodgers is gone. That whole thing, the allure in the beginning, I'd be honored that he would want to throw the ball to me. Yeah, that was all real. You get to know somebody. They had some success, but overall it was a big failure. He wasn't good enough for Zach Wilson, quite frankly. How many times did we see Garrett Wilson? Did I say Zach Wilson there? Garrett Wilson running down the sideline wide open, and Aaron Rodgers can't hit him. It happened numerous times this year. So I just don't want to hear it I just disagree with Swamp Ranger. Now, if he's going to stomp his feet and hold out and all that kind of shit, I would still just say, dude, I got you for 3 more years if I want to. Just sit down and shut up and just play. But what I'd rather them do is, like you just mentioned, Ryan, sit down with them. Have Aaron Glenn sit down with the guy and say, look, dude, I get it. It's hard to lose. We're changing it. Everybody's going to be held accountable. If everybody doesn't put out the effort you put into this game, they're going to know about it. It's not good enough. You're the face of the franchise. We want you here. How's this 4-year extension look?
Love it.
That's what they should do with them.
100%. Matt, any thoughts to add on there?
4 for $120. It gets signed in a month. And sometime in March, we will hear that Garrett Wilson signs a contract extension. I've said this for a while. I think it is significantly more likely that he signs an extension this offseason than he gets traded. And to echo everything that Green Bean said, I want all 53 guys on my roster to have the mentality that Garrett Wilson has.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.